Dear ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you again to our Energy Forum 2021, which this year is on an online YouTube channel and a YouTube cluster. Obviously, you have been able to view all our various topics on energy from the beginning of September this year, year 2021. We have covered various issues on geopolitics, on circular economy, on automotive, on electricity, and today we are going to talk about gas. Gas is obviously an unbelievably important element of today's energy mix in all of the world, in particular, and all of the Baltic countries as well. The importance of gas, contrary to all possible expectations, is rising, and the importance of gas is rising as well. Although everybody is talking about phasing out of fossil fuels and change over to renewable sources of energy, gas is still considered to be the energy source that is cleaner than coal, than oil, and oftentimes in the process of phasing out of coal and oil, gas is taking its place. So today we are having a prominent speaker in this area, the head and CEO of the Lithuanian transmission system operator, meaning the transmission pipeline system operator, Amber Grid, Mr. Nemunas Biknius, who is going to tell us his insights about how the transmission system operators can influence the current developments and what are the strategic topics and the strategic issues to be considered in this area. So without further ado, Nemunas, the floor is yours. To start our conversation, obviously we are living in the period of exponential growth of prices of all energy sources, especially gas, and you know, it is altogether proper to start our conversation probably from the topic of rising gas prices. What is the main concern of this process, and what is the main reason why gas prices are so radically rising in the recent months?
Okay, so hello everybody. Thank you, Robert, for having me here. I will try to explain about the situation, because actually the prices of the natural gas in the whole Europe and even in the world, they are in an extremely rare condition. They are really high, and I will try to explain you why. But first of all, I would like to share one page presentation about the fact of the prices, so you could have a feeling about how it changed. So for you to understand, usually a normal gas price over the years is fluctuating about from 15 up to 22 euros per megawatt hour. So it's the price for the energy value, and it fluctuates between this level. What we had last year was extraordinary because of pandemics, because of low expectations of the market, because probably of the warmer winter. So we had extremely low prices in the market. They were around 5 euros per megawatt hour. So it was never projected that it even could be so. So the market became very alive, and the traders were trying to gain from that, and filling up underground storages even in our region and in Chukals, and everything seemed to be perfect. Even at the end of 2020, the future contracts in the markets, they were made for 12 euros for this summer. And what we had actually this summer. So this summer we had around 40 euros, 30, 40 euros in the European gas markets. And what do we have now at the moment? The prices, they are fluctuating around 70, 75 even euros per megawatt hour. You can see in this graph the comparison of the price levels in Baltic states. It's Get Baltic gas price index, and in German gas pool and TTF Dutch market. So usually, due to smaller attractiveness of the market, due to long-term contracts, the prices are a little bit higher in our region, about €1, around that. But this month, yeah, we have lower prices even than in Western European, because at the moment we have something around 46, 47 euros. And as you may see in the EX markets, it's around 70, even 75 some days. So it's really high price, and really big difference between what was expected. Of course, it will impact different businesses. Probably you have heard already, and our very special consumer HEMA, they are reducing the consumption. I am sure that yeah, other businesses will start looking for the alternatives or optimization. But talking about the main reasons, I see mostly 4 of them. So let's start from weather and underground gas storages. So weather this winter was cold. In comparison to some years before, it was cold, and cold spring. That caused that underground gas storages were empty. And when the filling started, it seemed everything will be normal. But at the moment, the biggest markets in Europe, in Germany, in Netherlands, in Austria, the underground storages, they are not filled up as it should be. Around 18–20% less than usually it should be at this time of the year. So it causes tension, because we don't know about the winter. If it will be cold, the reserves will be necessary. It causes tension, it rises up the price. Yes. So next would be electricity price and coal price. It's also interconnected, as Europe is using more and more green power, but coal is still important in many countries, including Poland, including Germany. Other countries also, they are still consuming coal, and there are many reasons why coal got so expensive that hasn't been so expensive in 10 years, last 10 years. And also the issue of electricity. The electricity price rose from average last year of 30–40 euros per megawatt hour up to 160 euros per megawatt. So
400 in UK, even 400 pounds in UK.
Yes, absolutely. So this fluctuation. Also, additionally, the allowances, tax allowances, CO2 taxes, yes, they are also record high, despite that companies are burning even coal, because there is not much choice. And why we are coming to another reason? It's Nord Stream issue. Many reporters, many newspapers, you can read on them that yes, the supply shortages from East, from Russia, to the European market, they cause one of the root causes why the prices are surging so much, and the lack of gas, in this case, supplied through the usual routes to Poland and Ukraine. It causes the increase of the price. Even probably you've heard, International Energy Agency urged Russia to supply more gas, because yeah, the market is on the problem at the moment. And of course, Europe is not only the only player in the world. Asia, Oceanic region, is consuming about 800 billion cubic meters in comparison to Europe, 500 billion cubic meters. So we are competitors in this case also for the USA gas. And USA gas prices, they rose up also from $2 per MMBTU up to $5 per MMBTU. So it's rapid increase, also because of various problems, various reasons. So I see that we have a very difficult situation and very many reasons in this basket causing the problems in the gas market. And also, what do we see that gas, as you mentioned, Robert, in the beginning, is still very important source of energy, because when you think about cold winter, you have to be sure that you have something to rely on. Of course, we are moving towards a greener and good future, but yeah, we have to see at the balance and to maintain that. So of course, the investments have to be done, and we will talk about it a bit later. But and many issues have to be solved. But this crisis, gas price crisis, I would call it, it shows the necessity of sustainable decisions in the gas market.
So what could be the solutions? I mean, more LNG imports, I don't know, more hydrogen, if you like, which is probably very far away, but what could be the solutions?
Yeah, so maybe I will also share another presentation that would help a little bit to show about where are we going at the moment, and what will be in the nearest future. So I will tell a little bit about our strategy that we have adopted this year, this summer, and we are looking 10 years ahead, up to 2030. Why? Because many national documents, they having quite long distance. European Union documents, they also have this kind of horizon. So that is important, and we name it. It's new energy for clean future, and I will explain you why and what's in there. So yeah, everybody knows about the Green Star. It's in the European decisions, in the Lithuanian national decisions, in the decisions of other countries nearby. So we have to do something to be sustainable, self-sustainable, self-producing countries, and making less impact or no impact on the environment, on the nature. So we see a gas transmission system as a technology that can supply vast amounts of energy invisibly under the ground with very small losses as a tool for the future. Just for example, through gas system, in Lithuanian gas system, we are transporting around 50-60 terawatt-hours every year. In comparison, for example, with electricity, the whole electricity consumption in Lithuania is about 12 transmission system transmitted electricity is about 12 terawatt-hours. So it's quite a big amount of energy supplied through the pipelines. And that is important to emphasize and to keep in mind. So where is our company in this picture? If you see, can you see my pointer?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see that yeah, right now we have also production from wind, from solar. Yes, we have biomethane that is still not supplied in Lithuanian grids, but we are working on that already with our partners. So our system is underground, but it encompasses the whole system. So if we are having vast investments into the wind power generation, if we want to be self-sustainable, so we will produce some days more energy than we need, and some days we will not produce any energy because of the weather conditions. So it is possible through electrolysis to produce pure green hydrogen and to supply it through gas pipelines. What do we have here? We have to find out how to do it safely and how to adapt everything in the end user side, consume this product. So it's not only a Lithuanian idea. Germany is planning to invest 9 billion in the near future into hydrogen economy. Also, other countries, they are preparing for that. So we need more knowledge, technological, engineering, and we have to already to start thinking about the commercial part of the hydrogen also. So we should look about how it can perform. So that's what are we doing at the moment at Amber Grid. We also will help for the Ministry of Energy to prepare the, let's say, hydrogen guidelines, strategic guidelines, how it will be developed in Lithuania. So we expect to have the result in spring next year. According to that document, it will be built as the whole system about the hydrogen. So that is. But
hydrogen production requires a lot of electricity, electricity energy. So
yeah.
And obviously we are as a country a net importer of electricity energy. So,
yes,
so how will we balance that?
Yeah, Lithuania has a target to be self-sufficient in production. So there are the plans to make investments onshore and offshore also of up to 4 or 5 gigawatts. So it will be sufficient to produce hydrogen and to supply it to the consumers. So of course it will be step by step. Nothing happens over the night, and there is no silver bullet in the energy sector. Of course, long-term planning, preparation, and investments and collaboration between countries. That's also very important. Will lead towards the result. So yeah, how we will help to change Lithuania? You may see that Lithuania has a plan to have 80% of renewable energy sources by 2050. So it is difficult to do that because you have to balance that. You have to make investments. You have to solve this problem. Also, we have a problem with transport. At the moment, we have insufficient consumption of renewable sources in the transportation sector, and huge investments and huge improvement have to be made in this field to reduce pollution, to reduce consumption of oil, and everything in this case. So that's why hydrogen and biomethane is important. So we have set the main priorities up to the year 2030 for our stakeholders or participants in the market. So we are working for employees. Of course, it's the part of the company that creates the value, for society, for the nature, for customers, of course, that are using, consuming end product, and for the producers and suppliers that are actual our clients, and of course for the shareholders. So we see our company and we see the sector of the natural gas as the environmentally friendly. Therefore, we need innovations and integration into the common energy system. So if we talk about the customers, we see that integration of the markets will bring the biggest value for the customers because of the competition. The competition will bring comparable prices. As you may see, we will not make miracles with the prices, of course, but at least they will have not to be bigger as in the other countries. So our industry could compete and could have the same possibilities as the rest of the region or the EU. Of course, the new products for our consumers, new products, biomethane, for example, for the transportation sector is crucial and necessary. And of course, trade of guarantees of origin. It is also important for the market. The market is waiting for this result. So we are working on that to have a system work. For the producers and for the suppliers, of course, we will work on the customer standard to have our services better. But also in the hardware side, we are working on the GIPL, gas interconnection between Poland and Lithuania, and yeah, services in 2022 will be started. So it is possibilities for the gas traders and for the biogas traders and so on. So we will increase the capacity between Lithuania and Latvia. Also, the project is started. We had the first phase, but we will finish it in 2024. That's for sure. So, and we will have to adapt the system for the new gases, especially for the hydrogen, because lots of technological issues have to be solved, and some of them have to be analyzed still, because there are no answers at the moment anywhere in the world. What to do with that currently existing system. And yes, integration, single gas tariff with Finland, also solutions with Poland to make better integration for the traders to trade and to have better, easier business. So that's very important for our members as well. For the society, yeah, for society we see it as a nature, and it is very interrelated society, and the nature we can see it from the latest developments in the weather and so on. So we want to reduce our impact as a company, as the human beings working in this company. So we have a set of measures. I will not go very much into details, but we have plans to reduce our impact on the nature, and yeah, we will start from some already identified and quite clear issues, and yeah, probably you heard we already launched 1/3 of our solar system, so we are producing already electricity for our needs from the sun. So at the end of the project next month, we will start producing about 1/3 of electricity yearly that is necessary for our consumption. For employees, yes, it's very important, especially in this environment when every employer is fighting for the best talents. So yeah, we are working on the having best competence, because to make a transition, to make a new things, you need smart people, you need motivated people, and to ensure for them the environment where they can find themselves and provide the best they have in their minds and souls. And yeah, for the shareholders, of course, as 97% of our shares belong to the state of Lithuania, so it's not a question that every state needs normal revenue from the company, normal growth, as is in the rural businesses. So we want to be on the top of the list and to have a good results. So yeah, we will try to provide the best for the shareholder that we can do in the next few years up to 2030 also. So basically that is what I wanted to show about the forecast, how the company will be developing towards other future.
Very interesting. So, but obviously these big infrastructure interconnector projects like the GIPL or gas interconnector Poland-Lithuania, how is this project, going on? What are the possible, difficulties in its performance, or when will it go online?
Okay, so we in Lithuania we have to construct 165 kilometers of the pipeline, and also the necessary equipment that is following the pipeline. Our partners, gas system in Poland, they are constructing almost twice as long pipeline as we here in Lithuania. I know that they are proceeding quite okay, quite great. Yeah, of course, there were issues during this project for everybody with pandemics, with supplies and so on. But here in Amber Grid, we have completion of the project around, let's say, 95, 96%. Basically, all the hard works at the very end. We are already using 102 kilometers of the pipeline up to Alytus as a normal pipeline. The rest of the pipeline up to the border is already physically tested. So we are working now with the documentation. We are at the end of construction of gas metering stations and pressure regulation. So we expect it to finish fully until the end of this year. And our partners will continue it a few months more. But we are planning to launch it in May. So I would say that we've been waiting for this project almost 30 years. So we have only a few months left. So it's good news, and yeah, I expect that the market will have really new opportunities and new possibilities for the business.
So fingers crossed. I mean, it's obviously a strategic project, you know, for not only for the interconnection but also for the market, as you very well pointed out, because obviously another issue is that is connected to the interconnector. Obviously, is the North Interconnector to Latvia, then further on to Estonia, and then via the newly opened gas interconnector between Estonia and Finland to Finland. So obviously, the interconnection is essentially the essential element of creating the market, of making the market possible. Because without gas flows, you know, there is no market, obviously. But you know, what is kind of your take about the future of the, let's say, Lithuanian gas system as a crossroads for gas flows, you know, between north, south, you know, east, west is of course another matter. But what is your kind of strategic view on that?
Yeah, looking at the future, of course, we are in the position of the crossroads. Yes, we have an LNG terminal. We have underground gas storage in neighboring Latvian, connected to the Latvian transmission system.
Intracons, yes.
Yes, Intracons, and we see the possibilities of the market in Poland. Actually, the consumption of natural gas in Poland will almost double in the next 15 years. It is a really crucial element of security of supply in Poland, and also decarbonization in the part of reducing the coal consumption for the heating sector and electricity production. So we see this pipeline gable also as an opportunity for the Polish colleagues. Those 2 BCM capacity yearly. Of course, it's not so much for the Polish market, but it is still a source, reliable source. So it will have a possibility for the Klaipėda LNG terminal for the better utilization, and of course, the better utilization of every infrastructure gives better prices for the consumers, because you are using all the parts that you've been investing in. So it will give a value. Also, the interconnections between countries, it gives the value not having those closed markets and those relations between markets. They create the pressure on lower or let's say more normal prices, if you can say this. So there are many examples. Yes, and you've mentioned the interconnection between Estonia and Finland. After it was launched, it reduced the prices in Finland that was isolated and dependent only on one supplier. So we are not in the same position at the moment, but of course we see options for everybody here to play. And we have 2,200 kilometers of gas pipelines, so we're investing a lot of efforts and time to maintain it. So it's also for us, it is very important issue to maintain the system. That first elements were built in 1960. So the system that is 60, some parts are 60 or 50 years old. So it's quite a lot of work to do to make it safe.
Exactly. But how do you kind of see the importance of LNG in the future gas energy mix?
I think that if we analyze the world situation and the European situation, the LNG becomes the more serious player every year because of flexibility. It's really flexible. The new production facilities that are coming into force into work, they will. I expect they will help to balance those shortages that we have at the moment. And yeah, it helps to balance the interdependence between different suppliers. It makes more players into the market, those big players that can reduce or make the impact on the reduction. So LNG, I expect it will be still important, and it will play a role in our market. Also in near Poland market, and also it will be important.
Poland is developing a lot of LNG terminals of its own now, especially on the northern coast. So obviously, in this sense, you know, let's say northern and central Europe is developing in a different direction than I would say probably Western Europe, which is building pipelines to Russia, you know, not to mention Nord Stream 2. So, but what is your opinion? How will Nord Stream 2 or Nord Stream, you know, pipelines 1 and 2 impact the proliferation of LNG? You know, will it not, you know, essentially hinder LNG because the gas pipeline or Nord Stream gas will be cheaper?
Yeah, we will see about will it be cheaper or not. Some days maybe yes, some days maybe not, because you can see the prices, despite that there is sufficient infrastructure from the east to the west, we have really high prices. I don't know, maybe various reasons, maybe technological, maybe not. So it might have an impact, but I see that the need for the gas is in the Western Europe is still there. So I do not expect that somebody will give away gas for free. This will not be. So the competition, that's the arbitration. That's what makes the truth. So that's what helps to control the system. And of course, if we see at this project, yes, it will reduce the security of the supply for some countries.
Are there still any plans in Lithuania to develop storage capacities within the territory of Lithuania, gas storage capacities? There were some plans some time ago.
Yeah, there were some plans. At the moment, I do not have such a knowledge about this. I don't think that the project is being developed. Why? First of all, Interconnector gas storage, looking at the size of the whole Baltic and Finnish markets, is quite sufficient. It's around 2 billion cubic meters. The consumption in Baltic region is reducing, and of course, probably it will not grow up unless some specific situations will arise with industry or something. So we see that that in Lithuania we are now consuming around 24-25 terawatt hours. Probably we will have reduced consumption in the next 5 years to 21-22 terawatt hours. We will see what will happen with the fertilizing industry, how it will develop, but it may have an impact. But basically, we do not see rapid growth in Lithuania, Latvia, or Estonia, and Finland. So investment in natural gas underground storage, it's quite difficult investment. It's you have to make lots of investments. You have to be sure that it will be technologically safe and reliable. So it would be too risky to my evaluation.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, on the biggest growth in the region is foreseeable for the Polish market, which is actively phasing out coal and essentially trying to change it to other energy sources, including gas. So the northern region of Poland via Gipel connection could be the future market of the transit of gas via Lithuania. Is it true?
Yes, we expect that this infrastructure might help Poland also to balance its supplies and also to balance the market, these supplies, and it is important for everybody.
And you also mentioned the Baltic connector, the connector between Finland and Estonia, the gas connector. So is the impact of its existence also felt in Lithuania? Or, because you mentioned Finland was a very positive impact on that, but does the impact also feels in Lithuania as well or not?
Yeah, we evaluate that the last year when we had really low natural gas prices and the emotions in the market were really good. So we had record high transportation, around 8 terawatt-hours towards Latvia. Some part of that was deposited in underground gas storage. Some part of that was consumed in those northern neighboring countries. So in Finland as well. So it is also one of the new supply routes, valuable supply routes to balance the market, the Finnish market. So interconnectors are always good for the market.
Indeed, they are. They are essential for the market to exist at all. First of all. So dear Nemunas, thank you very much for your valuable insights and sharing with us the strategy of the group of Amber Grid. What is the possibilities or future ideas of utilizing the network also for hydrogen energy, which is really remarkable, and I hope that these developments will really take place and not stay on paper. But we have to thank you for your today's presentation, and for all our viewers, I advise you to stay tuned to our Energy Forum channel. Please subscribe to the channel on YouTube and become our traditional and constant viewers of our channel, where we deliver to you all the newest and most relevant information of the energy sector of the Baltic region. Thank you very much.
Thank you.